Hello again to this video clip series, My Journey to God in a Very Secularized World. We are finishing in this video clip here the first meditation of Don Stefano Gobi out of 4 meditations that he gave in 2003 at the Mary Mona Priests, the International Exercises Annual, before more than 200 priests and more than 10 bishops in June of 2003. And the title of this meditation is The Woman Clothed with the Sun and the Red Dragon. This will finish this meditation in this video clip here. So he continues in this 5th part of this first meditation, and the title of this 5th part is Birth and Spread of the Married Movement of Priests. So he continues, he says, the creature who will defeat Satan, who will crush his head, who will drive him into hell, who will shut the door so that he might not get out any longer to harm the world, so that Christ will finally reign in the world and merciful love will triumph. This creature is the Most Holy Mary. Our Lady has accepted the job that has been entrusted to her by the Most Holy Trinity, and she is beginning to shape and to implement her plan. She is the humble servant of the Lord, Ecce Ancilla Domini. She is his slave. She also forms her army, not with the greatest ones, but with the little ones, not with the most powerful, but with the weakest, not with the most important ones, but with those who are considered as nothing. She forms it in every part of the world with her little children. The design that Mary is forming with her Mary Movement of Priests is that of gathering her little children from all over the world to build her cohort, which is called today to fight against the powerful host of Satan. And then he quotes, he says, I quote again Pope John Paul II's homily in Fatima. John Paul said, Father, to you I offer praise, for what you have hidden from the learned and the clever you have revealed to the merest children. With these words, dear brothers and sisters, Jesus praises the Heavenly Father for his designs. He knows that no one can come to him unless he is drawn by the Father. Therefore he praises him for his plan and embraces it as a son. Yes, Father, for such was your gracious will. And then Gobi continues, and he says, and here is a phrase that explains the birth, the diffusion, and the reason for the existence of this movement. And again, he goes back to the words of John Paul II at Fatima in the year 2000. He says, told John Paul II, according to the divine plan, a woman clothed with the sun came down from heaven to this earth to visit the privileged children of the Father. He quoted that from John Paul II. And then Gobi continues and he says, according to the plan of God, we are not the designers of the plan. It is a design that comes from God. Why did the woman clothed with the sun come? She came to earth in search of the privileged little ones of the Heavenly Father. In the second meditation, we will deepen this phrase spoken by the Pope so that we can understand well the nature and function of the Mary Movement of Priests. That is why the Mary Movement of Priests is connected to Fatima, because at Fatima, Our Lady, as the woman clothed with the sun, said to the visionaries, I came from heaven. And the Pope added, she came down from heaven to this earth to visit the privileged children of the Father. And you are here because Our Lady came to seek you. So let us thank her together that she came looking for us. Let us thank together heaven that we responded. Praise be Jesus Christ. This is the end of his first meditation in 2003. I would like now, I had forgotten that before this meditation here, I meant to have another talk here that I forgot to insert, and that is, do you remember in a few video clips before, I had included 2 meditations of Father Cortelio Gabrielli in 2016 in this crisis in the movement as well as the church in the world after the death of Don Stefano Gobi and 3 years after Pope Benedict went away. And so anyway, what happened, the crisis actually became worse in the movement. And so in a year later, in 2017, Padre Cortelio Gabrielli wrote another letter, you might say, a letter to the members of the Married Movement of Priests. And he was happy that I offered to help him to translate this letter into English, which I did, for all the English-speaking people in the Married Movement of Priests worldwide. So now I will begin this letter that he wrote in 2017 when actually the crisis in the movement had deepened and the division was greater. And so now he writes even a stronger letter than what he said in the 2 meditations in 2016. So here we go. Here's what he says, Padre Cortelio Gabrielli. He says, "Dear members of the Association of the Married Movement of Priests, not being able to be present at the plenary reunion of the Assembly of the Married Movement of Priests this year for various reasons, I thought to be with you and to express my opinion, above all in this period in which the movement is called to carry out and complete the task that Our Lady has entrusted to the movement since May 8th, 1972. All, or almost all, at the beginning of the year received my 2 emails in which I denounced a grave danger for the movement, precisely in this year of the centenary of Fatima. In one of these emails, I denounced the confusion in which the movement could enter due to the lack of clearness in this period in which we are called to denounce errors and dangers to the faith, while we have been told that it is not the period. It has been almost forbidden for us to unmask the deceptions, uncovering up the truth. This I believe, and I believe to the contrary, to the charism of the movement, and above all to the spirit which Don Stefano taught for 40 years to all of us. The other motive for which I wrote was the fact that for the 100 years of Fatima, the movement has almost forgotten Fatima. While the movement is Fatima, Fatima is the movement. Not only because the movement was born at Fatima, but because the movement is called the incarnate Fatima with this message for these times. But above all, because we as movement are Fatima, her little cohort to fight beside Mary the final battle between her, the woman clothed with the sun, and the great red dragon. I confess to you, dear brothers and sisters, that I have been worried because for various reasons I have had the impression that following the statutes, the movement might no longer be that which is desired by Mary, but that desired by us. After a careful examination and reflection, together with prayer and the various suggestions I have received from various members of the Married Movement of Priests, I have been able to ascertain that the cause of all this confusion is precisely myself, that I wanted the statutes in order to give to the movement an official recognition. Our Lady did not like it, as she did not like it when Don Stefano tried to do the same thing. Cardinal Bertone wanted to transform the messages into Don Stefano's personal literary work, and as Don Stefano repeated several times on that occasion, there is the risk of destroying the movement. Let me end here, and we'll continue this letter of Padre Cortelio Gabrielli that he wrote in 2017. in the next video clip. May God bless you and Mary guide you.